Hey everyone, what a wonderful day it is in central England today. Welcome back to the channel. We've got blue sky, we've got a gentle breeze, we've got golden rays of sunshine, and it's absolutely fabulous. But this is a cooking video, so I need to get my arse in the kitchen. So we're going to do COQ AU VIN, but this version is a bit different. It's a super convenient and a super quick version, and the end result is still a magnificent plate of food. Okay then, without any further ado, let's look at the ingredients. I've got some boneless chicken pieces, olive oil, butter, mushrooms, some smoked bacon, some parsley, some crushed garlic, some thyme and some tomato paste, some chopped red onion and the obvious red wine, some chicken stock, a little bit of flour and some celery that's optional. The celery and the onion both need to be finely diced. Okay, without any further ado, let's get on to the next stage of this amazing dish. I've got some flour and I'm going to coat my chicken pieces in the flour. The flour's been seasoned with a little bit of salt and pepper, a little bit of flour on the bottom, throw the chicken pieces on top and then more flour on top of that. You can use thigh if you like. I've used breast and it's skinless and boneless. Coat the chicken breast in the flour as best you can. And now it's ready for the frying pan. The flour we got left over we'll be using later on to thicken our gravy. Okay, so in my pan I've got some butter and some oil. I'm going to seal the chicken pieces in the butter and oil for about 5 minutes, about 2.5 minutes each side. Normally I'd suggest doing this in 2 batches, but this quantity of chicken fits perfectly in my pan. So once it's had about 5 minutes in the pan in total, let's remove the chicken pieces and reserve them to one side. Now let's add the onion, the celery, garlic, thyme, beautiful smoked bacon, fresh parsley, and give that a stir and cook that over a low heat for about 5 to 6 minutes. By which time it should be pretty much cooked. Now we're going to add our mushrooms. And as usual, they're going to absorb all the moisture in the pan, so we're going to need to add an extra knob of butter. Cook the mushrooms out for a couple of minutes, and then it's time to add the chicken stock, followed by the tomato paste to give it that lovely glossy shine. Stir that in and bring that to a boil. And then we can add the vin rouge or the red wine. Stir that through and we're going to simmer that away on a high heat for about 5 minutes. It will reduce slightly. Don't forget to stir from time to time. About 5 minutes, simmering away. And then we can add our chicken pieces along with all that lovely residual juice. Let's make sure all the chicken is completely immersed in our juices, our gravy. And once it is, we can just leave that there for about 2 to 3 minutes just to come to the boil. Okay, now we want to siphon out about 4 tablespoons of stock to add to a couple of tablespoons of flour. And we're going to make a nice smooth paste. And this is a really easy part of this dish. Mix the flour and the stock up until it's not all pasty. And now we're going to add that back into our juice to thicken it, but we're going to add it bit by bit. So add a little bit, about a teaspoon, and just mix it round one area of the pan for about a minute. And then another little bit of paste in another area of the pan. Stir that round for about a minute. You can use a whisk if you like. I've used a fork. And another bit, another area of the pan. And if you've got any left, you can put that wherever you like. Just get it in that pan and give it a good stir. And there'll be no lumps at all because we're going to put the lid on and we're going to leave it for about 10 minutes on a simmer. After 10 minutes, it's pretty much ready. The sauce or the gravy is nice and smooth. It's reasonably thick. The chunks of chicken are coated beautifully with that gravy. They're cooked perfectly along with everything else. And that, my friends, is COQ AU VIN in 1 hour. Absolutely fabulous. A wonderful chicken dish that is perfect with anything you want. I'm just going to finish it with parsley. Great with mashed potato. Amazing with a little bit of steamed rice. Or even on its own with a chunk of bread. You choose whatever you have with this. But that is COQ AU VIN in 1 hour. Let's serve it up. I'll have a large portion, please. Let's just observe that beautiful pieces of chicken in a red wine gravy with wonderful vegetables and smoked bacon. And if you've enjoyed the video, you know what I want to say. Please subscribe and please share with your friends. And don't forget to smash that like button. And if you make this dish, leave me a comment. Let me know how you get on. I'd be really interested to hear whether you like it or not. I'm going to get stuck in. I'm absolutely starving.